Hi everyone, delonewolf here and welcome back for some more EVE Online. Welcome back also to SiSi, the test server for EVE Online, where SiSi is holding a mass test. This mass test will be centered around, I think, two things, if I'm not mistaken. The first one is like post-processing, so there's definitely some work going to happen under the hood when it comes to the graphics, so we'll keep an eye on the FPS monitor for sure. And then the other one is a new mechanic that I think they want to introduce in the game, to still allow for bumping, but to basically have a hard limit of 3 minutes on the bumping process. If you initiated a warp and you've been bumped for like 3 minutes, then you will automatically get into warp. I think that's the plan behind the new mechanic. So if possible, please have post-processing enabled in your graphics settings. I don't even know if I have that enabled actually. Let's see, can I find that? Camera shake, that doesn't really matter. Post-processing is set to high, so we are good to go. As I've said, part of it is for the graphics, so let's get the post-processing running and let's see how that goes. We're actually in the keep star here, not the seated station for this start, and SiSi wants to start with a massive undock, so let's see what that's looking like. 185 in the channel for mass testing, and then 173 docked, 174 docked in the station. That is not bad. And here we go. Okay, undock now and then align to the PF346 gate. So let's press undock. Let's see what happens here as we are undocking amidst a lot of battleships, and then we automatically get the camera inside. And there it is, the mass undocking. FPS still holding decently well, 60 FPS at the moment. I'm definitely gonna hide all brackets during this mass test. Not that many, but we're getting close to 200, so in the PvP fight I think that could make a pretty big difference. And so here you can see the undock, and then we're gonna align, of course. So let's go, Stargates, PF, align 2. And after this, I think we're meant to be bumping some of those big ships. Now, I personally am not a big bumper. I don't have any actual experience here. So I grabbed a Praxis that I still had around, a very badly fit Praxis. I'll still put it in the comments, but basically due to some fitting problems, I had to go with like a different launcher, and I just put on a Microwarpdrive, so that I think I should be able to do some bumping here. We'll see, and let's hope that we can get into warp before bumping into the keep star itself. And you can't tell in local anymore what's happening, which is of course pretty interesting. But okay, then align to PF. Now warp to the PF gate, can warp at a distance. Okay, Stargate, PF. Let's do warp within 10. We'll see.
Warp drive active.
Look at that, massively stuck on the keep star, and I'm not the only one. Well, I think we'll just need to dock and or should we use this as a test? Okay, we'll see if we get new instructions quickly. But this may be like basically an endless bump, right? And that may just have been the idea, the plan here. And the reason why we went into the keep star, so that people would be stuck on the station itself, which I think is like a bumping. Most of you will collide with the keep star. There we go, exactly, I am colliding with the keep star. I mean, part of me wanted to activate the Microwarpdrive to get out of the way, but this is exactly the plan. Okay, hadn't thought about that, but that's what's happening. So now we need to wait for around the 3-minute mark to see if we just warp through the whole thing or not. So this is normal. And after 3 minutes you will be warped anyways, even if you're still colliding. So right now you can see that we're just not going anywhere, 4 meters a second. Normally what you would do in this situation, you would just control space to stop your ship, align away from the keep star, maybe do the Microwarpdrive, or you could potentially like bounce from one of these other structures or celestials or something like that. But yeah, the idea here is actually to wait for 3 minutes and to see if we take the warp despite that. So let's see if it happens. That's why we've got a lot of battleships. that are basically stuck on the keep star. And if you're undocking a little bit late, then you might want to do the bounce or something like that. I'm not sure at what timestamp that went in, but okay, let's see. Still stuck. And let's hope that it works. I can see, hope we don't have to jump this gate. I can see the progress bar slowly creeping up. Can we see something somewhere? Not sure. Let me look if there's anything. Several managed to warp away earlier, which is completely expected depending on your exact position. Yeah, that's normal, right? Anyone that was, for instance, not really aware that this would be a test step would, for instance, burst their module. But for now, here we are sitting on the keep star, trying to warp out and not able to do so because we are stuck in the keep star itself. Now, while we're waiting, Stuck should see a progress bar. Oh, there it is. There it is, right under the warp drive preparing. Warp drive active. My progress bar went through, and yeah, there we go. We're going through the star. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. I didn't notice it, but it's right here underneath your ship, and now my warp drive is active. And okay, that's cool. All right. Yeah, worked. For me too. So that's nice. And that's basically the mechanic that they want to introduce. I think it's going to be to avoid like maybe stuck positions. Who knows how many petitions the GMs get for being stuck somewhere and not able to warp out anymore. This is of course a solution for that, but also of course for the endless bumping. I mean, bumping is a part of the game, and I think that they do want to keep that so that you have time to prepare your catalyst fleet or your cursor fleet to do your gank. But overall here, what they don't want is that you can basically endlessly keep like a larger ship, a freight or something like that hostage without any recourse for them to do anything about it. And so, yeah, okay, very interesting mechanic, and seemed to work at least on a station. If I'm not mistaken, the next step is going to be us trying to bump some of these larger ships and see if they get the same thing. And that's quite a few supers and capitals. Look at all of these titans. Quite a few faxes as well. I'm seeing, yeah, carriers, not that many. I'm seeing some dreadnoughts, so I will probably get volleyed off the field pretty quickly in the PvP fight. But okay, this is the test, of course. And someone boosted, apparently. Lots of boosts, in fact. And yeah, worked very nice. So that means if I survive being bumped at a gate for 3 minutes, I will still warp. Yes, that's exactly unless pointed, of course. So if you want to keep someone out of warp, you gotta actually use a warp scrambler or something like that, or a warp disruptor. So very nice. Let's see, any new steps? Not so far, so we'll just wait here for now. As we get to almost 200 people, still not a big mass test, but for one that is running on the first day of World of Warcraft Classic, I think that this is a pretty decent turnout. I myself have actually been spending some time in the queue. We'll see how that goes. Of course, warp to the XMLR gate and watch how the graphics of background gate environments are working. Okay. Please remember, all combat is currently not allowed. Stargates. This one, let's do a warp within 0. Backgrounds and Stargates. So let's maybe zoom out a bit more. Get lots of fireworks going as well. Lots of people warping. Oh, and should I? Yeah, maybe we'll just hide this as well. Just to get the actual in-game graphics going here. As I am slowly warping, and again you get that progress bar preparing to warp. And slowly, yeah, I'm being bumped here again. Interesting. And you can see here at the tail end that there is like a calculation happening as to when I will be getting into warp. That's very nice. You can see we're almost there. Just a little bit more. One more. Come on. Yep, still needs a bit more. And there we go. We are actually warping. Okay, cool, cool. So, bit of a jitter as we leave the grid, of course. That happens. And why the hell is my throat so sore? I don't know. But here we go. And so, looking at backgrounds, looking at the gate. Okay. I mean, here you can see the graphics on it. Intaki Syndicate. And then look at the shadow here being made by this structure. Pretty awesome. And then the shadow of the fleet as well. Looks pretty solid to me. We're still at 60 FPS as well. So, of course, bug reports when needed. And let's see if I can get to the message of the day quickly to see what was gonna happen here. Yeah, mostly watching the graphics. Warp to Planet 3 while sub-capitals try to bump capitals of other fleets. Okay. So all of this is starting to test the graphics a little bit, but 59, 58, still definitely pretty good. And look at the number of Titans here, man. That's quite a few of them. Subcapitals, try to move into a position where you can bump a capital and keep the capital from war. Feel free to work together with fleet mates to make sure it works. So this is something that I am not very familiar with. Let's double click somewhere in space and then see if we can first of all get out of trouble here. 200 people. Man, the ratio is going to be quite high of capitals to subcapitals. So now you can see all the battleships trying to get away from the big blob. And my Praxis is finally emerging as well. So let's end it with this cycle. The warp direction will be planetary, but do not align yet. So now we should like probably try to bump. Let's say that it was asked for different fleets, so should we try him? And do you just like approach and then go in at full speed? Let's give that a try. Well, I just bumped this fax for sure, but I don't know if it's just like an approach order, or are you supposed to yeah, you can see he just tried to bump the same fax that I'm trying to bump. So, ooh, and that one is trying to get the hell out. Approach, let's go. Let's see if we can do our turn quickly. And then Microwarpdrive. Try to keep the Fenrir from escaping. Can I still do it? I'm definitely not at a good angle. No, totally missed him. So let's see if I can like manually fly my way over to this side and then try to cause a bump. I think that was okay. But of course, you can't see how long it's going to take for the ship to actually get into warp the hard way, basically, through the new mechanics. So we're going to cut down on the Microwarpdrive. We're going to try to intercept the route. Or is an approach order all you need? Let's give that a go. Okay, we might be successful here, but let's try this. Not probably. We might not be successful here, I think is what he meant to say. And are all these guys? Yeah, they're all trying to go into the same direction. So, and then should I basically try to like shoot through him? Don't do... Yeah, there we go. Ooh, good bump. I'll try another bump as well. He bumped him out of my direction. I'm basically too slow. I didn't put a very good Microwarpdrive or anything like that on him. But he's doing a really good job there. Try to warp to planet 3 subcaps. Try to bump. Okay, well, we're still trying. Let's go in that direction. Let's see if we can re-intercept that. So planet 3. Let's do a quick align. So that's where he's trying to flee to now. That's not allowed. I think he gave the order to try and stay within the 3 minutes. And so that's at 25. Okay, let's go. You see here the Bargist coming in at full speed. Bumping. Yep, successful bump. I'm going in as well. Normally. Not sure if I'll hit. No. The Bargist bump was probably better, so we're gonna try to fly off in that direction. Yeah, I don't really have any experience with bumping, guys, so this is probably gonna look really terrible, but I am doing my best. This, I think, speaks to the fact that, well, it's not that easy to be a good bumper. It's all a science on its own as well. So let's try to get ahead of him again here. Very slow turn rate, but okay. And yeah, he's really doing that very well. Is it with like an approach order? I'm not sure. Let's go. Let's see if I can basically get to full speed. And because trying to basically fly in the path with double clicks so far is not really working. So now I'm trying to 13 kilometers out, 12 kilometers out, so he should be slowing down from the previous bump. And I should now just be really trying to get towards him. Not very fast. And missing again. Okay, then we're gonna try to sneak it in like this. So whoever is in the Bargist is a hell of a better bumper than me. Look at that. Again, successfully bumped. Not sure how the hell he does it. If you know, definitely feel free to put that in the comments. I think, considering the topic of this mass test, lots of people will be interested in knowing how the hell it works. And maybe I should just try to grab a bigger target, but 27, so the first ones will probably just be starting to get into warp no matter what. And we'll just press approach, and I'm even starting to run out of cap as well. And there's a Titan that's definitely using the mechanic, because no way that he was aligned in that direction. So I'm just gonna try to approach the Ragnarok. Should you then just double click on the ship or something like that? Yeah, I've said I'm not a bumping specialist, so I have no idea, and he's getting an in-warp before me. We've got a couple left, but most of these capitals have actually made it out at this point. Very interesting. The Macarials, of course, great bumping ships. Praxis, probably not. All remaining warp to planet 3. Planet 3, let's do a warp at 20.
Warp drive active.
And let's see here. Want to buy capacitor. They're all gone. You will go up and down at first if you're being bumped, but you will reach 100% after 3 minutes. Yeah, we saw that when I was trying to warp from the big ball as well. It's basically trying to calculate your warp, and it's got like a hard counter that no matter what happens at 3 minutes, it is going to fill to 100%, because we saw that it was slowing down depending on what was happening around me as well. But it didn't need the full 3%. Eventually, I managed to just take a warp. So far... So it shows the bumping basically. Yeah, actually that's true. You can see if someone is successful when his bar becomes larger again. Cool. Fleet X, warp to planet 10 at 10 kilometer range. Feel free to start the fleet warp. And we have a different range, I think. So it's gonna be planet X. Which... There is no planet X. Let's only 9 planets. Planet 1. Okay. Well, I'm fleet W, so I'm going to follow that order. Oh, 1. Damn. Yeah, my mistake. I thought the X was warp to planet X. It's warp to planet 1. Okay. So, that's my bad here. Feel free to fleet warp. And what was the steps here then? Should we try to bump our own? Warp to the first asteroid belt while tries to block them. Yeah, exactly. We're gonna have to try to block the other fleet. Okay. So here we go. And then those at 0 will be mostly stuck in or very close to the customs office. Okay, and this also gives you a view of what they have. So they definitely have some dreadnoughts, a couple of bowheads. Actually, great to see that that this was brought by these people, because of course primary targets of bumping, if you actually fly them in game, this is gonna be a great change, I think. And then Fleet X, warp to planet 1. Yep, okay, we're still there. Good. Here comes another Erebus police skin. That looks awesome. Gonna take a look at maybe the backgrounds. So more fireworks. Yeah, slowly down. 205 in the channel. 50 FPS zoomed out and then zoomed in. It's gonna be, yeah, not that good, but this feels okay. This for me works. And we're again stuck in a big ball of iron, so maybe I should slowly try to work my way out of this. Still pretty much a ball, but that should be interesting. Yeah, when you're flying 2 warping points just 10 kilometers away, but there's some ships that are 10 kilometers large. This is the result. Can't even tell if most Titans are in Fleet W or in Fleet X from this. I think W actually, if you look at this, and then these guys. Should be interesting. Okay. And let's hope that CCP gets all of the necessary data for to see how it works. These guys are already trying to align that Erebus. Oh, and of course I could just quickly see like that we obviously have quite a few Titans on Fleet W. This one isn't though, and this one is. Okay, yeah, we've got the Titan edge, I think. Our fleet is at... Ooh, that's not a good view. Let's take a quick look. 77, what the hell did I get rid of? Oh, scan results. Alright. Fleet X tried to warp to the first asteroid belt. Fleet W tried to bump and prevent them from more now with all our ships. So these guys, even our big Titans, are gonna try to move in. And yeah, I'm not sure if my Praxis is gonna be able to make a difference, but I guess just a double click in the middle of them will give us a chance. You may hear a bit of a noise in the background. That's my PC. that is having a hell of a time trying to stay cool because we have yet another heat wave in Belgium at the moment. But let's all do our best, and let's see. Let's just try to dive right in there, see if we can cause some sort of a bump. Should probably look at my own ship a little bit to see if that ever... Yeah, that's definitely bumped on something. But then I'm still going, so will I clip the Dreadnought here? The Nagelfar? I'm actually probably being dragged and bumped by this Titan's tail end here. Good God, this is total chaos. Oh, but this guy seems to be trying to align. So we're gonna just fly like that. Let's see if we can... And he's from the enemy fleet, so... Let's just press approach. I don't really have a lot of fleet. Ooh, and looks like that good bumping Barghest is actually in fleet X. Can I try to stop him? Probably not. Is he still trying to... Let's see. I think I am bumping the Dreadnought a bit. Someone just got out in a battleship. And we're gonna try to still cause a bump. Ooh, yeah. There we go. Thanks to the Marshal in the back who bumped me into the Macarial. So now we're also bumping the carrier a bit. I'm actually gonna cut the Microwarpdrive and then we're gonna try to get ahead of the Barghest again. Just keep trying to collide. Ah, he got out. And that is not on the timer, I don't think. But then eventually, even those that are like... Is this guy? Yeah, he's from a completely different fleet. There's the warping point. So I am really curious if we could try to bump the Avatar here away from the aligning even more. That could be very interesting to see how his warping works then. So yeah, that's good. Also trying to bump the Moros here. Actually, I think I am bumping him. It's more out of luck because of the mess than anything else. But well, he's definitely not aligned, I don't think. So we're just gonna keep trying. Go like that and look at that. Good God, Dominic's with the great skin. That looks awesome. And I'm feeling confident about the client here, despite the mess that we're creating. I can zoom in, zoom out, look around. So performance-wise, I'm definitely not complaining. And so he's from us. He is slowly aligning. Let's see if I can still bump him. Except that I'm out of cap. And only very slowly gaining it. But like a couple of these Titans... Oh, or did... damn it, I didn't keep close enough eye on them. To see their warp off. Okay, well. Warp to XBV gate. You can now switch ships if you want. Okay. Stargates XBV. Warp within 0. Let's see if I can warp. So here again you get a timer, and now that we happen to be somewhat aligned and away from everything, it looks like I can warp pretty smoothly. Okay, alright, seems to work, and I don't think that this is gonna be a real problem for anyone. It adds a layer of challenge to Burn Jita, for instance. You can now only bump for up to 3 minutes, so you basically have to be ready. It's gonna make it harder for sure, but I don't think it's as bad as just completely getting rid of the ability to bump or anything like that. It doesn't allow you to bump for like 2 hours straight and just frustrate someone out of the game, for instance. So that is nice, and it's represented as well by the bar here. Not super recognizable, but once you start looking for it, you do notice it, so that's quite okay. And now we are getting to XBV. I think, is there anything more that we have to do, or are we gonna go for the fight? Quick look here. Yeah, no, it's just gonna be to Poitot. We do get one more jump. That's always a little bit risky, of course. Never know what happens on the server when you jump. But let's hope that I can get some cap back before the fights, because it is pretty low. And let's move these guys to Ogre folder. And there's the Titans. And look at the two points of origin. That's actually a pretty cool sight. Look at that. I think, is this W? Yeah, Fleet W coming from there. Fleet X coming in from over there. Very cool. Everyone coming together. Yeah, more from there. Couple Titans. Faxes on our side. A Dreadnought on there. This is cool. More big ships, I think. 2 Dreads. Yeah. Here, get a battleship. I think, no, it's a carrier. Okay. Jump to XBV. Okay, let's take the jump. Let's see how that one works. Also always something that I think CCP likes to test. A big massive jump here. And I get the timer already. So pretty smooth. Has to be said, only 200 people in the chat channel, and in all likeliness we'll have a little bit less than that. We can align Poitot, I think. A little bit less than that actually participating in the flying. There's always, I think, some people that just keep an eye on it but don't actually participate. But so far, very smooth, very good. I'm definitely not complaining. And I'm feeling very confident in actually zooming out, trying to look around to see what happens. Granted, without the brackets on. So just the ships and that which is happening in space. 60 FPS at this point. Can't tell you guys to which numbers local is spiking. Yeah, that's one of the disadvantages of the blackout. You can't tell exactly how many people are participating from the player side anymore. But CCP Habakkuk is putting us in warp to jump through the gate and set up the gate camp. And I'm warping here together with quite a few other ships. Dreadnoughts, Faxes, Megatron. Yeah, a bit of a bump here again as I actually clicked on something. But we're holding quite well. Ooh, we get some Leshaks as well. Man, these are quite nice powerhouses. Perhaps I should make myself one for the next mass test as well, because potentially they can definitely hit above their weight, and since you always have so many big targets, it may be worth it just to see how they perform actually. Although I like to go after the smaller targets to see if I can actually like get some kills during the fight. How are we gonna handle this? Because I actually have a range of 150 kilometers, so I could try to get out of the main fight ring a little bit, you could say. So just try to, for instance, fly straight away from the gates, and then just try to like snag some things with my cruise missiles. Not sure how well we'll hit, of course. Never actually used this ship in anything but one test, and yeah, it just didn't work out. I think this was like the first Praxis that I tried to make for the invasions. Very bad fit, because I absolutely wanted, oh yeah, that's true, that's what I wanted to do with this one actually. Basically build a sniper that would be at like 60 kilometers or so, also use sentry drones, snipe off some of those Triglavians, and if they came too close, actually had a micro jump drive unit to like get 100 kilometers away again and repeat the process. Unfortunately, they are just too fast for this to work, and I was just dead set on trying that, and that is why I have this Arbalest cruise missile launcher together with 5 cruise missile launcher 2s. So it really doesn't make sense. It's a terrible fit, but I wanted to see if something like that would be possible, and yeah, it just doesn't work out, unfortunately. But apparently, just as I had made it, that's when the latest mirror was taken, and so that's the result here. So Let's see. Titans are actually surrounding the battlefield quite nicely. I don't think you want to be straight in the middle here. But Fleet X is gonna come on the gate, and you've got no idea as to yeah, the amounts here. That does make it interesting. We do have 81 in fleet, 200 here, so they should have a slight edge on us in numbers. But I think with our 5 Titans, well, 5 Titans might be decently balanced. Okay, which usually means that I won't last for very long, but we're basically trying to pull away at this, well, 23 kilometers. That's not gonna make a big difference, so we're actually going to speed up a bit. Couple cycles of the Microwarpdrive, or warp drive, like that. And are they coming in? All combat, yeah, okay, they're coming in. So here's a Brutix, for instance. I think that could be a very good target for me. At 24 kilometers, can send my ogres out as well. Let's add my missiles. I think he'll be dead before they even land. But, okay, next up we get a Stabber here. Should still be able to hit that as well. Actually made some hits and he's down. Then we get a Sleipnir here, I think, and a Loki we could try. And then a Talos, that should definitely be doable as well. So here we go, while I slowly try to pull away from the fight in my passive Gnosis. Let's fire missiles at the Stabber, so he's back there. And I should be sending him missiles. Whoop, boom, boom, in armor. Yep, okay. Sleipnir next. Fire. Let's see where he's at. Well, look at those explosions. That is lovely. And then he's actually back there. Can I actually like see? Ooh, I'm being targeted, but my shields are still somewhat holding, and I'm getting reps. Thank you very much, Logi of Fleet W. That is awesome. Onyx Paladin, that's gonna be pretty tough to break. The Loki as well, I think. And ooh, the Leshak is actually targeting me. Let's maybe try to fire at the Leshak if that's at all possible. Lost. Oh no, one of the ogres still in here. How the hell did that happen? Oh, Leshak's almost down. Let's maybe just send a volley of missiles at him. See if we can finish this Leshak. Blap. 1000 in hit. That's not so bad. Any other? Yeah, Megatron here. That could be a good target for me while my drones keep going on the Sleipnir. And there we get some Doomsday. And this is, of course, the background. Ooh, CCP Reaper in a Megatron. I wonder if I can actually handle that. Raven is actually also a good target. A CCP guy. Well, we'll see if my missiles do anything. Ooh, that's decent shield damage. But this shield Raven is actually going down quite nicely. So he is there. And then I should be from up there somewhere. Were those my missiles? His shields are almost down as a capital ship explodes behind him. Missiles from the bottom. Yeah, there I am. Cool. So my shields are being hit, and then I should launch another volley. There they come, cruise missiles. Blam, hitting his structure. He's getting some reps. I'm doing fine. Ah, this is a nice view. Can I find myself again? There I am. Another one hitting the wing. Still getting reps, but slowly he's breaking. We're gonna keep that pressure on the Sleipnir for now. And I can just basically do this while being a little bit away from the fight. CCP Reaper in the Megatron does not like me. He's targeting me. He didn't really like my volley. So let's see what else we've got. He's... yeah, should maybe... let's see if I can switch. Add my... and there I am. Ah, this is so cool. This is so cool. He's in structure. And now, I'm not sure if we can see if my ogres... yeah, they're here as well. Yeah, that's gonna add quite a bit of DPS. So he's going down. Next up, we get Heradicus in a Hecate. And I can still hit from this range. That is what's so cool. I am going to start to maybe like orbit the gate is probably the best. Orbit at current instead of stopping. Let's see if I can hit that Hecate. Ooh, he's out all the way over there. Oh, my missiles are chasing him. Actually hitting. Can he pull away fast enough so that I can't lock him anymore? Yes, I think he can. I've already got in warp. What else? A Tengu, that's gonna be tough to break. Ikitursa, I don't know exactly. Is that the Tech 2 version? Then we get a Panther, a Caracal could be smackable. Let's see if we can hit that. My ogres are still doing great. I'm still doing great as well. Oh, and I didn't keep an eye on the FPS monitor. If you guys did in the video, great. Let me know how that worked out. But still holding at 40. So I think that we're doing quite okay. And so now we get the Catursa here. Anything else? Ooh, a Macarial could actually be a better target than this Catursa. So we're actually going to switch that out. Pretty slow. But this is pretty nice. In the meantime, CCP Reaper is slowly taking too many hits. And so now we get a Macarial at 50 kilometers. Let's see if we can find ourselves. There come my missiles, no doubt about that. And there I am, doing the orbit and sniping away with my cruise missiles. Let's fire this one again as well. There comes the next volley. His shields are taking big hits and my ogres are on the target. He's in armor now. Has another volley of... Oh, this is cool. This is cool. I wish that this worked on the Triglavians. But yeah, the Triglavians are not as slow as these battleships that I'm targeting here. But this is very nice. Cormorant, not Armageddon. Could definitely try that. And I really like the fact that I can basically sit on the outskirts of this fight. And then just... take these targets down, or help take these targets down like this. Very, very cool. Armageddon is next. Look at that camera panning back towards my ship. And then, let's see if I can get back. Ooh, he's all the way out there. He's fighting with something else. Let's see how he likes my volleys. There they come. And he's actually fighting something much smaller. And is he repping? Or getting reps? I'm doing absolutely fine. Thank you all for participating in the mass test. So this basically does end the mass test. And he's turning back with the... this is so cool, guys. This is EVE Online. And this is actually a surprisingly fun Praxis to fly in this mass test here. Orbiting this gate at 50 kilometers. I'm basically away from trouble a little bit. And I can still take pot shots at all these targets, especially this thick one. Ooh, and I did just lose all my drones. So we're going to add the medium drones here. And let's see if we can actually take this guy down or not. Someone else is firing at him as well, I think from back there. So it should work out. But yeah, I would say a successful mass test. I think it was very much possible to warp out after the 3 minutes. I like this change personally. I think it's pretty damn nice. And then performance-wise, graphics-wise, definitely no complaints. Everything seems to be working as expected. So I'll maybe allow you leave it on just a little bit with everything that's happening in the background with the big supers duking it out while we try to take out this Armageddon here. Very nice, very useful from CCP Master Plan, so that is absolutely great news. And in the meantime, they're going after my drones yet again. So let's add some more firepower to him. And let's hope that we can take him out. Anyways, yeah, he's using his drones to try to defang me. And is he actually coming towards me? Yes, he is. He's actually coming towards me while he takes care of my damage drones. Let's see if I can do enough damage, basically, to take him out on time. And then we'll try to maybe dive into the battle. As more doomsdays go off here. I don't want to stop. So let's go. Approach. I should definitely add the extra missile here as well. I know, I think he's gonna be on me. But his armor is also running out. And I'm gonna move positions in the middle of the fight. Go, go, go. Yeah, another hammerhead's being taken out, but that's okay. I'm willing to sacrifice all of these drones because this guy is now in structure. Still chasing after me. Launch more missiles. Blop. Good. Okay, cap is emptying out. In the meantime, someone else is helping as well. And he's repping a bit, but I don't think that it'll be enough, although he is slowly taking care of all of my drones. Let's keep going. And, ooh, he's gonna actually jump out and save his ship. Anyways, this time I am going to stop. Thank you very much for watching, guys. And I'll see you all next time. Ooh, 83. I could actually maybe still hit him. That would be so nice if we could still get the volley in. I'll see you guys next time.